You are now live streaming. Yep. Receiving your content. Your audience will see it in a moment. Get ready. Where do we... Can I get a link? I still don't know how to do it yet.
Did Cavallero say
I
yes?
struggle. 0 viewers right now.
Did Mike say yes?
Oh, it just went live.
Did Mike say yes?
Yeah. He said he would. He said he would post it. I'm going to see if I can get the... well, I don't know how to do it. So, whatever. We'll see. People will come blowing into the chat. Oh, yes. Here they are. We are good.
Hi, everyone.
Jamie couldn't make it, so I got the raccoon to sit in. We here. All right. Let's...
Joey Fowler, my favorite adult.
My favorite adults. Let's go right to... There's only like 21 messages, so then we'll just do live questions for the rest of the way. Hey Matt, quick question. Watching a live feed right now. That's the old live feed. Turbo 5.3 just switched from a Borg Warner S470 283 to a billet wheel S470 887. Also installed a larger air-to-air. Now I'm running more rich. Can you school me why it would be more rich? Well, sometimes when you make your turbo setup more efficient, it uses less fuel.
Everyone's noticing the GMC.
Oh yes, this is our GMC couch.
Uh-huh.
We picked it up 2014 GMC Sierra couch.
Twin turbo.
Can you school? Yeah. Anyway, I would sometimes I swapped out turbo from like one turbo to another, and I used less fuel and picked up 50 horsepower. Just more efficient. Doesn't take as much. Truck shoots for the moon under half throttle. Hey Matt, thanks for everything you give and do for the community. No need to type. I watch your videos. Watching you live now. Well, that was last live. I have a 04 Denali all-wheel drive LQ4 7875 on 3 LS6 cam PAC 1218 Walbro 450 running stock P59 computer with HP tuners. I have a few of your tune files. They've served me well to get it going. That's cool. Even though the P59 is a little bit different, a lot of the stuff goes back and forth. Problem I'm having, and it's a biggie, I can't go past half throttle and always lifting. Huh. Yeah, I mean, since P59 is a little bit different sometimes.
They don't see anything.
Don't see shit?
Does anybody see the video? Ask.
Is everybody getting it? Live stream offline. Did it go offline? Are you kidding? Did it break up for some reason? It's only like 2 people. Let's keep checking. It's only those 2 guys. Yep. Yes. Video is where... Yeah, it's just 2 guys. Okay. They scared us. They scared us. Now we're getting... Now, yeah. Oh, shit. Everybody sees it. Just one guy. I can see... They are smoking shit. Works for me. I see it. Okay. Well, there's plenty of you can see it. Anyway. Okay. The problem I'm having, and it's a biggie, is I can't go past half throttle. So why not? A ridiculous even 8... It's probably the drive-by-wire. Did you completely copy the tune? Part of the issue is P59 is drive-by-wire, and you're using PL1 tunes from me. I see the raccoon. Part of the issue you're having is you're using bass tunes from a drive-by cable computer, and you are driving a drive-by-wire truck. More Hemi. Is Corey's Coronet running Gold Box? Yes. It is running a Gold Box. Getting my feet wet. Pissed Off Pistons. That's a great username. Look, March 17. Hey, Matt, I just want to let you know you're a great...
Piss off Pistons.
Yes, I do. I've pissed off many Pistons in my lives. You're a great inspiration to us guys who love fast cars who aren't necessarily rich. So my goal is your typically sloppy build 500 wheel, turbo. I'd like to start with 03 to 06 1500 or 2500. You want to go to 2500 because the 1500 I think they sell like a 1500 heavy duty that has a 80E, but they're exceedingly rare. Just get a clean 2500. Just so I don't have to do any swaps, I have limited access to engines and stands, etc. But what are you doing? From there, I can do easier parts, cam, swap, springs, turbo, fuel pump. Yep, I love just taking the truck and adding the turbo. I've been scouring the boards and internet. I can't seem to find a comprehensive list of vehicles that come with the 6-liter and 80E. Almost any 2500, like a 2500 Suburban, 2500 Silverado, 2500 Sierra van, any one of those. Yeah.
I gotta fix this.
Uh-oh. The raccoon lost her head. She's got nice hair.
Couldn't breathe in there for a second.
Yeah, I don't know how long you're going to be in that.
Yeah.
Read receipt. Listen to this guy. Fancy fucker. Read receipt.
Hi from Aruba.
Wow. I just saw the answer on MEFI question LS2. How can I go drive-by cable with stock computer and knock sensors? Yeah, LS2. Just use the stock LS2 computer, or get a knock. LS2 is 24 tooth. You can just hook up like LS1 intake manifold and put a cable setup on it. Use the stock computer. A computer to program it. You can buy like a PSI harness, PSI conversion harnesses, and a stock 411 ECU. Yeah. Verify your tune is correct for trans. Ah, yes, see? People helping out. Wrong guy. I sent a message to you for the first time and it aired on the live stream. You thought I was someone else who bugged you about a TT Camaro tune, and that's not me. I appreciate all the shit you've done to help and simply asked about the tune for comparison to mine. I know you can't simply upload a tune and it'd be perfect. Okay. I'm just not 100% sure I can trust the fucking LC2. Yeah, I don't know. What are you
I'm not gonna open it. Calm down.
What are you doing? I have installed, like I said in the last post, Fairmont base tune and went from there. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Well, thanks. Raccoon suit has a creepy ass stare. LS swapped 1992 C1500. Recently swapped 07 LQ4 80E into my 1992 C1500 and plan to turbo it soon. I have a P59 and it's drive-by-wire, of course, and was wondering if I should swap it to drive-by cable. I like drive-by cable and PL1s, so I would say yes, but if you already got it in there, you can get your feet wet with what it is.
Really?
Injector sizing for 1200 rear wheel. What injectors would you recommend? I would say just go right to the 210s, buddy, because the only shit I've used are Siemens Deca 80s, FIC 105s, and straight to the 210-pound Bosches. And the price point for the Bosches is very low, and you might as well just jam them in there. AEM wideband voltage offset. Oh boy. Yeah, it sucks. It sucks to mess with that voltage offset. You have to fuck with it. You have to change the voltage scale on the input for the wideband. Like, yeah, it's annoying. Give the raccoon a little kissy.
That's freaking creepy.
What is this? Taco money for the raccoon.
What does it do?
Did you pay me? How does this work? Put user in timeout. Add as a moderator. Wow, I didn't know I could do all that. This guy sent me money, I think. I have never seen that before, so I don't know how that works. I will definitely buy a taco with that money. If you actually sent me money. I'm wondering how that works. Just stare at the damn gauge and wing it. Yep, just stay in it. Just floor it and watch the gauge, and if everything is good, you're done.
I gotta take that off. I can't breathe.
Going 5.3, eventually going to be boosted in a 71 442. Wow. Look at all the tacos. Wow.
Taco time. Taco flavor kisses.
Will eventually be We'll eventually go MS, but for the time being, I will stay factory computer with HP Twizzlers. TH400 currently maybe 80E down the road. I'm not worried about trans control though. With that being said, what factory PCM is the best? I like the 2000 Silverado 2500 ECU, 411 and 896. It ends with part number. For like a mild setup, the stock computer works really good. I know sometimes I say it's annoying, but if you're using one of my bass tunes, all you got to do is change a little bit of fuel and spark. You know, you're 90% there. Does every PCM have VATs? Yes, the 99 and up LS ECUs all have VATs, so it all has to be removed. You could do it without having to buy HP tuners right off the bat, but you'd have to have somebody remove the VATs for you. I have a 400 wheel horsepower, 240 SX, little brother, the RB20. This will be my first LS swap into my Cutlass. Watch the videos. No need to respond. Yeah, sure. You can have someone do VATs. Ambulance or something driving up the road. Injectors, fake or real?
It said that in Super Chat you can get money. I was reading it.
Wow. Cool. Here, read this one. I'm drinking.
Hey Denma, thanks for all the free advice. Also, congratulations on making over 1,000 horsepower on the Colorado. So I have a 2001 Gen 353 LM7 with a T56 behind it and a 92 3rd Gen. Got it running great in the car, all stock about a year ago. Computer flashed by lt1swap.com, so I began modding it. So far I have added Paxton Novi 1200 blower, an EPP blower cam, long tube headers, LS1 intake, and it keeps going. Everything else on the motor is all stock. My goal is about 550 to 600 wheel at about 10 to 12 psi. So my question is, what injector should I run? I wanted to buy 60-pound, can you stop? 60-pound Siemens Deca, but wanted to find a cheaper way, so I bought fake Siemens. Ooh. No, you don't go with the bad.
AliExpress is a Chinese liquidation warehouse website. So I would buy real Siemens Deca 80s from VS Racing or EFI Source and just cut you off right there.
You don't go after, you don't
cheap injectors. Cheap injectors never make anybody happy at the end of the day, and you're going to end up buying.
Matt won't tune a car with cheap injectors. He
They
tells
always,
you to go buy other ones.
That's like like a good converter and good injectors. That's all you need. Anyway.
He's drinking rum and Coke Zero, and he's drinking the rum that the guy sent him.
I'm drinking the rum that the guy sent me
a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, I'm trying to get the ball rolling here for the live questions.
You keep burping in my face.
This is Troy's. Someone's asking if it's a new GMC. They're presuming that I purchased this. No, it's Troy's truck. My buddy Troy's truck.
It's a GMC Sierra with twin turbos that Matt's working on.
Yeah, there's some videos. I did some recently about it. I'm doing a secondary fuel system and crazy shit right now.
But it is a nice background.
It is. It's a GMC couch.
He has excellent taste in trucks, so obviously it's beautiful.
No need to write. I watch everything. Have you thought about taking the crank out? People ask me this all the time. We did it on one engine. In my opinion, it's not worth destroying two motors to just de-stroke a motor for no reason. Yeah, people are obsessed with like winging the piss out of these de-stroke motors, and it depends on a lot of other things how your motor is going to make power at high RPM. I mean, what's funny is my truck makes peak, like I wound it out to 6,700 and it was still pulling, and that's a crap 6-liter with a crap truck intake. But I mean, sure, something like that is interesting, but I'm not going to take apart two engines just to make one that hopefully makes high RPM power. It doesn't have a mass appeal to me. Heads.
It's a re-question, so wow, pretty crazy. Thanks.
Yeah, it is. Chocolate filled 317s are pretty crazy. 05 GMC 2500 HD 4x4.
Will this engine be a Gen 4 with good rods? I wish I would have paid closer attention when swapping the oil.
More than likely an 05 is.
Why do people keep saying they like turtles?
It's like an internet joke if you never saw the video with the little kid. I like turtles.
Of course you saw the video.
Of course I saw that video. You're live in my living room, Ryan Ackerman. Oh,
that's
shit.
Pretty exciting. Hi, Ryan. He's probably not going to comment.
A challenge you should enter.
No, it's probably that freaking...
Is it that YouTube car challenge from Super Speeders Rob where he wants to build road course cars and challenges other YouTubers? Because I don't build road course cars. I build street burnout cars that sometimes go fast at the track. Like, show all the expensive idiots how it's done. Recommendation on 3D printers. Yeah, the Prusia. Yeah.
What's wrong with turtles?
We just talked about that today with Joey Fowler. My buddy Joey printed something for my buddy Glenn. Tarantula i3. Yeah, I'll check this stuff out, but I'm assuming it's the YouTube car challenge stuff that... Malibu wagon. Whatever happened to the Malibu wagon? I sold it to my buddy, Brian Grubb, in Maryland, and he drove it for a while, and I think he eventually sold... He eventually sold the drivetrain out of it or put it in something else. He just told me about a month ago that he still has the shell and that I could buy it at any time.
No.
Which I don't have interest in. Did you use the stock feed line and then the vent line for the return? I think I made my own feed and then used the stock feed as the return. That's almost always what I do. P.S. I had the car with the muffler removal video, and the muffler never... It didn't look like it was budging, dude. Smoothest thing ever. That guy that had the thing tied to the tree, and he was flooring it, and it was like 45ing the car into the air. That was incredible. I was watching that on the live stream, and everybody was like, holy shit. Holley Wiki. Hey Denma, thanks for all you do in the garage, wrenching sloppy wannabes. Now that you have some saddle time with the Holley, any thoughts or sharing insights on your wiki page?
You haven't done enough.
I could share the tune. I have posted it on the Sloppy Public page. I made a video the other day that was approximately 48 minutes long where I talk about the Holley, the Gearbox, EFI source, everything I like about it, everything I don't like about it, stuff that I wish both companies would do, things that I think are a pain in the ass. I go over many examples, and people said it's probably one of the most helpful and insightful videos I have posted in recent history.
Even I watched that video, and I don't really watch his videos.
Cheers to a beer-drinking Canadian. O2. Don't worry about replying. I watch the videos and have done the tuning school. Finally, I got a Project Thunder turd running where I think it's drivable. Just want to say thank you and Jamie for allowing you to. Everyone's so happy you allow me to work on cars. We
both have some kind of like different obsession. You have an obsession with like pulling everything apart and making it go faster, and I just have an obsession with hoarding all the vehicles.
Yes, Jamie just wants to keep them all. If it were Jamie building the Fairmonts, she would have them all parked somewhere. She would still have them.
I'd have a warehouse.
For the insurmountable amount of time you pour into Sloppy, there's absolutely no way I could have pulled this off without your contributions to the community. Wow, very well written, Brian K. Thank you very much. It pleases me that you are pleased. HP Tuner's question. Hi, Matt. Is HP Tuner's capable of removing VATs? Yes. If so, could you explain how? You open the tune and you click on VATs and you click none and then you hit right VATs and you're done.
Okay, thanks, bye.
That was an easy one. 15 Silverado tuning advice. I'm in the middle of tuning a 15 Rado with help from the tune you sent me. I can't get the truck to receive the timing. Here's the funny thing about 14 and up, 14-ish. This is direct injected, and the 15s are direct injected. And I learned this from Chris Ortiz. Let's shout out to Chris Ortiz in Tucson, Phoenix area.
Chris Ortiz is the shit.
Anyway, this is something interesting with these newer trucks. When you flash them, if you look in the dash and you look at the temperature for the outside temperature, it says 32 degrees. Even if it's 75 degrees outside, you have to drive the car on the dyno at about 60, 70 miles an hour or just cruise around until that temperature comes back up to ambient. And then it will put full timing back in. You'll notice that the timing is always a mess. Yes, and the commanded is different because it's registering 4.1 as Stoich. So your commanded is going to be slightly different. But yeah, you got to drive the truck around until the outside temperature shows up correctly. How weird is that? HP Tunas. I like how he spelled that.
HP Tizzles.
Twizzlers. Where's the... Someone
yeah.
sent me that picture. I have the picture on my desktop somewhere. Anyway. I have been using HP tuners for almost a year now, but was just wondering why the reasons why you like the older versions better. Have you used the new version? And have you used the old version? Increasingly, the new version was buggy in the last year or so. And just by completely avoiding the new version, I didn't have any issues using the old version. So that's why. That's why. On your LS TH400 builds, what did you use as far as the speedo? 99.9% of the people that use the TH400 do not hook up the speedometer at all in any way, shape, or form. So I can't really tell you. I think one or two people I've heard of have installed the like a random electronic sending unit that goes into the thing. Other people wire, like if it's a newer car, like if it's a 4th gen Camaro, they wire the speed sensor into the ABS ring. LS1 Tech private messages are coming in as we do the video. This was what happened last time.
But I don't think you're going to start. I don't think you're going to continue to use LS1 Tech though.
I may just start doing questions off the sloppy forum to get people more engaged in the forum. Mike Hennessy had that idea, and I think that's a pretty good idea. So we may do that. These are funny. They're coming in right now because people see that I'm live. So they're right. This is what happened last time. How much nitrous would be needed to gap a Russian? Let's say it was a 6.5 horse motor.
Asking for a friend.
You suck, Pavel. Yes.
Pavel does not suck.
This is Justin Kramer.
73 amp Gremlin.
Yeah, I'm not exactly sure.
Wait for it.
How much twin Walbro 255s or hey, just a quick one. Listening to the live stream, driving around at work. Received my bill at 78. Okay. 500 wheel, 2850 glide. Don't use the Corvette regulator. That thing sucks. I would suggest a bigger single pump, like a AEM 380 if you can get it down there in Australia. That sucks if you can't. Get the bigger single. I wouldn't do two 255s. The single AEM 380 will be great. I run 98, eventually want to do flex, jam some ethanol. See, that's where it starts to get crazy because E85 is going to take like 63% more fuel. Yeah, for your first swing at 500 tire on gasoline, get the AEM 380. It's like $155 in America anyway on Amazon. Getting Gen 4 rods. Watching you live currently. Are the rods interchangeable? Yes. I get them off of eBay all the time and jam them into the older motors. No problem. Currently watching. Keep on doing these. They're really enjoyable. I'm having problem finding 160s for a comfortable price. I don't, dude. I've never... The 160s I bought were those shit ones with the polymer body that don't work that great after a while. They get hot and they stop working. People rave about the Holley 160s. I don't know what they cost. Any Holley dealer can get them for you. There wouldn't be a way to set up a two-step on stock computer, would there? There is all sorts of ways you can do it. I have no interest in finding out on them. I'm sure you could set like a parking limiter and then confuse it to think you're in park. Stuff like that. But it's not going to like build boost with a turbo car. That's the issue. It's just going to limit your RPM. And then the biggest issue with the stock computer is most of the older ones are all fuel cut. So it's going to fuel cut you to be a rev limiter. Last question, when I get around to my swap, go ahead and slap a fuel cell in the bed, run brand new lines. Yeah, I would swap out your lines with Parker push lock. Anyway, we might as well go straight to live here.
Yeah, straight to live questions.
Why do you always say 50% more fuel? Well, here's the thing. The multiplier is approximately 30%, but it's physically 60% more flow. But to get 60%, you do 1.3 times. It goes back and forth. And it depends. Yeah, roughly 50. If you have E50, it's not going to take that much. If you're running E98, it's going to take even more than 60% more fuel. The issue with percentages is people mix and match them. Because someone will say, you saved 25%. Well, you might have saved 125% actually, because you saved the amount plus the 25%. So the way people perceive and write percentages varies in the situation, what people think about math. How was the king cake? It was very good. Is that the guy that sent it? Hey man,
that baby thing was weird.
The baby was
doll,
strange.
The freaking doll.
And the dolls are weird for me and my family. We feel like they're gonna murder us in our sleep.
Go up to Zoe Custom 250.
I have a 72 Chevelle.
No, up. You missed his question. He's right there.
I have a 72 Chevelle. Oh. I have 4 engine in mind. LS7, waste of money. LS9, waste of money. LSX 454, waste of money. And a 572, waste of money. But my focus is on the LSX 454. What's the difference? Look at them. The LS7 is a dry sump all motor. The LS9 is factory supercharged. The LSX 454 is just a big cube all motor. And the older 572 is just an older big block copy engine. They're all completely different.
Scroll down.
Looking to turbo my 4.8 street driven truck auto. What turbo? Well, do you want to make 3,000 horsepower or do you want to make 300 horsepower? Do you want it to be not laggy? Do you want it to be laggy? I don't know. Refresh your LS1 Intech. Well, maybe later I'll look at them, but I don't want to just... Best LS heads. Whatever cylinder heads you have. What truck intake do you like? Whatever truck intake you have on your engine. The Gen 3, the average, the piece of shit truck intake is what I run on... Well, it's not behind me anymore, but the Colorado has a piece of shit intake. Talk about the hot wife. She's going to put on her mask if you keep that shit up. 572 is a tall block. Yes. Easiest way to add a return to a tank that has a small hole sending unit. Drill a hole in the side of the tank. Replace it with a fuel cell. Super easy way is to take the gas filler neck and drill a hole in it and put the return in the gas filler neck so it actually goes back into the filler neck. We've done that before. Vet regulator on an NA setup does work fine. Yes, it's when you approach the 400 to 500 horsepower through an auto turbo limit is where fuel pressure is all over the place. I've even had some people say at 300 or 400 tire on motor their fuel pressure is not stable at all. What size fuel line is good enough to feed E85 600 wheel? 3/8 fuel line.
Do you wear beanies or hats in the summer?
No.
He wears beanies.
Only in the winter. I'm not one of those weird guys. Those guys are weird. I know what you're talking about, I think. You guys are amazing. Thanks. FPR recommend for returnless rails. Like the China regulator that VS Racing, my buddy Varen sells, or eBay, like the 3/8 inlet and outlet one. We've put it on the 240 and numerous other cars. That one works great. It really does. Drill a hole and tap. Oh, this guy's answering for people. Want to build a 4.8 L33 block? So you're going to like de-stroke an L30? You're going to put smaller pistons in an L33 somehow? How do you build an LS with the least torque possible? Trolling. I understand now. Talking to shitbox. Alright, what else is in here? Let me scroll way up just for fun.
There wasn't many questions.
Random thought. Anyone turboed an H2 Hummer just to be funny? I know the engine bay is huge. I'm sure people have. Wanting to make 700 wheel at peak boost. 78.75. Taco kisses. Santa Fe Taco banging. Well, there's a lot better than that.
Matt didn't like Santa Fe Taco.
There's a lot better than that.
Because I like their taco bowls, but he wasn't a fan.
How's the Honda coming?
Well, we didn't check if the engine's still in it, see if it got stolen.
We didn't check to see if anybody stole the engine out of it yet.
The snow just finally melted off of it.
Yeah, once this truck is done, and I got to do a little bit of touch-up on Jamie's truck.
Yeah, my truck's actually... I'm letting him touch the truck.
I'm going to put the decapped injectors back in her truck and retune it. And then the Honda's coming in. Mike, my buddy Mike is giving me a K20. So, I'm going to put that in the Honda. Going to sell all the D-Series stuff, yank all that stuff out. And then
we're gonna do turbo stuff. Then,
probably turbo the K series as well.
But we just want to have fun.
I wanted to take a 5.3 aluminum block and put a 4.8 crank in it, trying to avoid as much torque as possible. You guys are so funny. I love when people troll for me. This live shit is sweet. Do you still get engines from Harry's? Rarely anymore. They want so much for the damn engines, and they're all shot. And it seems like other people are there all day, and I don't have time to compete with them. It used to be...
We haven't been in the junkyard in a while.
It used to be something that was worthwhile, but anymore I'm so busy. I just call my buddy Craig at Collis, and I'm like, I need a running engine. Can I come and get one? And he's like, yeah, let me get one for you. What you drinking? Well, yeah, she said that already. It's Coke.
Coke Zero and rum.
And rum that someone sent me.
If you burp in my face one more time, I'm going to smack you with the raccoon mask.
On your sloppy 5.3 builds, what stall speeds are you having converters built to? Well, you're going to need... PTC will custom build you a converter. And if you want more stall speed, you get more. And if you want less, you get less. But I would say the average strip car, you should have about a 3,000 stall.
Don't breathe on me.
Injector dynamics. Are you selling your 105s? Ryan Ackerman has them already. I sold them to Ryan Ackerman. Fuck Troy, Corey, I can't keep up. Sloppy rum and coke. What's up, motherfuckers? Mother fathers. I'm sorry. I just cursed. What's the best brand name torque converter for a 80E and 700? Well, a Jake's, a Yank, and a Circle D are all 10 out of 10 converters.
GMC couch.
GMC couch, you're right. Basically, I want to LS...
Oh, this is a while ago.
Okay, yeah, I scrolled up just to grab a bunch.
There wasn't that much.
Have you ever built anything with LSX-R fast intake? Use a sock map sensor. Anyway, yes, I tuned something with all motor that had a fast LSX-R, and it made like 400 tire. I told the guy he should just use a stock intake.
The Colorado did get big.
The Colorado grew, and it also changed colors slightly.
No, it actually just got shiny.
From dirty to actually white. Oh, yes, I see now. Fuck that guy. Hello, S47560 with nitrous here. I basically want the rotary engine of LS engines. How would you do that? You're an idiot.
Just go all the way down so you can...
Hello from Mexico-Texas border. Hell yeah, you guys got good tacos down there or shit? No PTC? For a TH400, a PTC is your best bet. Or a Glide. But a lockup, I think that Yank, Jake's, and Circle D do it better. I don't like the PTC.
Any updates on either of Mark's Camaros? He's actually working on them currently. Well, the street car is good.
The street car is fine.
The race car
he's still building the race car.
He's fancy.
He's still putting the... He has the engine together, and he's changing where the turbos are. See, what Mark is doing is his brake booster was in the way of his turbos. So he's putting the brake master cylinder in the car, so the firewall will be flat, so he can bring the turbos farther back. So he was basically sacrificing steering angle. His tires would hit the turbos, so he's moving the turbos farther back and angling them up, sort of like a pro mod. And then he's going to cut into the hood and feed the turbos from the hood, because all this time the car was going that fast, it was eating hot air from the engine bay. And he's doing a bunch of that shit. He is changing a lot of things with wiring. He ripped the whole interior out. He's changing the cage. The cage that was in it prior has a funny bar set up near the dash, so he's cutting all that out and moving the dash. He actually wanted to talk to some of my friends that are NHRA, certified, whatever, and he wanted to change his knee bar area, roll bar. He just doesn't like where it is. He thinks it's stupid. So he's changing that shit, and I think in a week or two he might be ready to start it. Dan Salvatore's helping him with the hot side.
He's just getting
mounting
fancy.
the turbos. He's doing a lot. Mark has a lot going on right now.
Don't say it.
He's got a lot going on. How is the auto slush box holding up in the truck? My truck, the Colorado? It's fine. It's like the day I installed it. Any updates on Mark's Camaros? Yes. Street car's fine. Race car is all of what I just aforementioned.
That was the question.
Allison Trans? This BMW guy doesn't know much about my truck, apparently. Maybe he should watch some videos.
Hey, Matt, do you ever think you'll try another twin turbo build? Not for himself.
Probably not. I hate twin turbos. I think it's dumb. Well, why do it with two when you can do it with one? Hell yes, us Mex-Tex border guys get amazing tacos.
Mm-hmm.
That's why you get a Mexican girlfriend. Motherfucking food.
Or you just get a Mason.
Explain how super turbo chooches. Why don't you like 58X motors? They carry a tax. People want tons of money for 58 tooth motors.
You're making me dizzy.
It's not that I don't like 58 tooth motors. Here's the other issue. 58 tooth motors have usually DoD installed, and you have to uninstall the DoD hardware. So it costs additional money just to make it go back to a usable state. Does that make sense? Any Ackerman? Oh man, Ackerman had some issues.
And he's watching.
It sucks. Yeah, Ackerman's actually watching live. He texted me. Ackerman bought pistons for his 6-liter, and since his block was all gouged, he had like he had a block machined, and then he bought these pistons ready to rock, and then I don't know all the details. I'm terrible. I don't build my own motors. He installed the pistons and everything, and they are farther below deck than his other setup, and they're supposed to be slightly higher, or they're less dish. He wanted to go from 9-to-1 to 10-to-1 compression, and the higher compression pistons he bought are lower in the deck than his other pistons. So something is not right, and that is all sucks and is terrible, and he has to figure out what the fuck he wants to do next. His luck just is not the greatest. He knows it too. Anyway, adaptive idle on a cam stock computer cars, do you disable? Yeah, you mess with the airflow settings and some other shit.
You're driving me nuts.
Why? We have to go back up and down.
You're going up and down.
Yeah, that's the name of the game. What is DoD emissions?
Why do people always have to ask you about
I think this guy's a troll, so I'm just going to remove him. Can I do that? Can I just kick him out? Can I hit block? Yeah.
Yeah, now you're done.
You're annoying, so I just blocked you. I think it's funny. Do you know of any good tuners in Missouri? Fuck no. Will a 12-bolt hold 600 horsepower? Probably.
Off topic, but what welder are you running? Is it enough for what you do, or would you go bigger? Matt doesn't do a lot of his major welding. He goes and uses the fancy guys like Fowler and DNO. He does small stuff here.
I have a Hobart 190, and it's pretty goddamn powerful.
You love your
compression
welder.
height was different. Rookie mistake. Ackerman.
Oh.
It sucks. Either way, it sucks, dude. What? Is it just a long block with exhaust manifolds? Anyway. Hello, Matt from Iran. Wow. What is the maximum HP we can get out of an NA LS1? Naturally aspirated? I don't know. I mean, you can spend $1 million and probably make 550 tire. Like, literally $1 million.
There's a question I want to answer.
What's that?
I'd be interested in hear how Matt and Jamie met.
Go
I think
ahead.
That's actually pretty good. So Matt and I grew up a town apart from each other, and I always knew like kind of what he was about. I kind of knew what sloppy mechanics was. Didn't really know him, but both of us were into cars, and we have a lot of mutual friends. But we never hung out. I was at the dyno, not around him, but to visit our friend Seven, and it's funny that we had so many mutual friends, but we were on a post and we were both commenting, and this was years and years and years ago, and him and I were just going back and forth, and I said, well, that sounds like a date, and he's like, if burnouts and bench seats sounds like a date to you, I'll put a ring on it. Well, shortly after that,
not much longer.
Shortly after that, we started talking, and a couple of my friends actually reached out to me, and because they had saw us talking, and said, I'm going to recommend that you at least go out to dinner with him because you won't regret it. Well, Ziad and Seven, I never regretted it. And
yes.
We've been inseparable ever since.
Yes. That
I
is a
like
good
you.
short summary.
But I like you.
Yes,
Okay.
she sticks around. And I wonder if I can add the chat to this. Since we're not looking at this anymore. What can I... Let me see what happens. Whoa!
But we can't see it. Why would you do that?
No, I'm working on it. I'm working on it, guys. Deal with me.
Matt has to figure everything out.
Deal with me. Oh, yeah, that's nice.
Yeah, you don't want to see LS1 tech anymore. It's annoying.
That's nice. It is. It's bothering me.
Okay, click over.
How long till the Hellcat motor? It has been up and down as of right now. He keeps having issues with it back and forth. I am unsure when it will be done next. Happily ever boosted. Thanks for doing the Vimeo videos. Oh, have you been watching them? Are they any good?
Yeah, provide some feedback. Send Matt a message and just write what you think of the videos because he really wants to hear feedback.
I think I did pretty good. They've been selling and I barely advertised them.
But I know you like to hear feedback.
Of course, I want to know if you guys think they're nice.
Yeah. So if you have time and you want to give feedback, write a message to sloppymechanics@gmail.com and say what you honestly think of the video. If he can improve anything, if it sounded good, just anything that you want to write about it.
Hello from NorCal. Hello from Eastern Pennsylvania. Chevy 14 bolts are unbreakable. Tell Ackerman to sell me his slugs. He will.
Oh, it's Kramer.
I'm pretty sure he's interested in selling most of what he has right now and just getting what the fuck he needs. Is the Circle D budget converter with the billet front upgraded and pin stator okay? Yes, it is. My buddy Matt Amy has a 650 horsepower to the tire, unlocked Nova with the Circle D budget converter that's like 550.
So much easier.
8.1 is a piece of shit. Thank you for saying that. Harbor Freight Flux Core works great. I've never used it, but I can't imagine it works great. I have a Hobart 190 with 220 volt, and that works great.
Are you guys going to Ocean City for Hot Rod Week again? We actually were talking about it today.
I don't know if I will come down for spring, since it's always a shit show and rains. It monsoons, actually, every time we go. But I have never gone to the fall one, but I would like to go to that.
Maybe.
Almost killed myself with an angle grinder today. Sad that I didn't have any cam recording. It was on the tripod too. Put up a security camera and then you'll always have it filming. Have you ever had a stock cam reground? No. Montgomery, Alabama, nice.
Southern.
Ohio, nice.
I love people from the South. They're so nice.
Keep drinking and start giving one-word answers to questions. I'm starting to like slur already. Love that first broken bolt.
I actually had a weird thing with broken bolts on almost all of my built cars. I actually had a collection of them that I kept in my first gen.
You break them all or what?
No, I would find random bolts.
You would break them?
Like, I remember when I bought the first gen, the 4G63, I took the head off and there was a bolt sitting on it. I was like, are you serious? Somebody must have had it apart, but...
Huh. You know, I liked your channel because you think outside the box, asking you an honest question, and you think I'm just a troll, while I'm also trying to think outside the box. Is this the guy that was asking about the 4.8 and stuff? Honestly, the way you phrased it, you sound like someone... one of the 40,000 trolls I know on Sloppy Public page. I'm sorry if I insulted you, but you sound like you're trolling. Oh my god, there it goes. I'm going return style 04 1500 using early. Adding return line. No, you shouldn't have to. Everlast. You know what? Increasingly, I hear people like Everlast more than anybody.
I'm actually going to buy an Everlast TIG welder.
Ryan Gregory just bought an Everlast about a year ago, and he's in love with it.
I'm actually going to teach myself to weld, and when I upgrade, that's what I'm going to buy.
I'm from Israel. Holy shit.
Wow.
Wow, dude. Hello.
Oklahoma, Raleigh.
Everyone's
Colorado, Alabama.
Hey, can you help me do a pulley swap on my turbo? I want more boost. The ProCharge Mopo. Oh, man, what happened? I lost where I was. It does this to me every now and then.
You're right there.
You ever watch Steve Morris? I do all the time. Yes, I watch Steve Morris videos all the time. I'm subscribed to him. I watch him the minute he puts them out. I like Steve Morris. I think he's cool.
Which one's Steve Morris?
He's the guy. Hey, Steve Morris here. We got our this
Oh.
motor's got our heads cam
It's not your
package.
bro.
Our cylinder. No, it's not Doug Bernard's.
Doug Bernard is.
Who
is
watches
pretty...
soundman.ca? Doug Bernard's.
Look at you smiling like a little schoolgirl.
That guy's my bro.
Because of how much you freaking love his videos.
I love that guy's videos because he tears his people who comment on him apart. But anyway, yeah, Steve Morris is awesome, I think. I think what he does is cool. The only thing, recently I've been watching his videos, he has like the engine noises in the background the whole time he's talking. And to me it's distracting. I wish he would turn that down. I think he does it because his shop is noisy in the background. You hear like people dropping wrenches and cranking on shit.
I'd rather hear that.
And I think he does it to break up the video, but increasingly I can't focus on what he's saying because I hear like his like weird rock music and turbo spooling for every and once it starts repeating, my brain's like, why is that repeating?
You're going on a rant.
Anyway, Jamie's reeling me in here. The Vimeo videos are great, really helpful. I hope to see a random untuned vehicle get tuned in real time.
Well, weather's getting nicer, so the
What?
more cars,
Yeah.
whenever he does a car,
I gotta start doing MS-based cars and then compiling the video for those. I actually have, I'm gonna do a video soon. I'm gonna start the Mega Square videos because I got 2 gold boxes for 2 different friends that I have to set up. And I feel like what people struggle with the most is like the firmware and loading a tune. So what I'm going to start with is the empty box, loading firmware, loading a tune. I have a bench flashing harness over here. So is it possible to use stock knock sensors on a 1969 Chevy C20? With what engine management? Like, that's an oddball question.
That's a big ass GMC. Yes, it is.
Yeah, dude. This is the small 1500. All new trucks are way too large, in my opinion. Doing new head gaskets on my stock L33. Why? One of my heads had a crack between 2 valve seats. Would you send it? Sure, I would. I would try it anyway. Trinidad checking in. Jesus. Trinidad. What you think of the FA20? What you think of the FA20? Am I retarded or is that spelled Rafa's mom? Rafa's mom. What about Nelson Racing? What does that mean? What I think about Nelson Racing? I love Tom Nelson. You guys might not know this, but I email Tom Nelson every now and then.
Yeah.
And he actually emails me back. And every now and then he shout outs to me in videos and or posts me doing burnouts.
But you also send him burnout videos saying this one's for you.
Yes, I privately send him videos all the time of me doing burnouts. LS swap the mule and Rafa's mom. Soundman, can I help you? Yes, of course.
Fan from Iceland here.
Jeez.
Is the S10 a good base?
Man, I can't say yes to that at all.
No.
I don't think so. I'm pretty sure it's just a background song that has the sound effects. Yes, it is.
Yeah, it'll be over soon. It's almost done.
Even the freaking new Colorados. You're right, dude. Dude, the new Colorado is the size of the old, like, Jamie's NMBS. And then this fucking thing is supposed to be small, and it's bigger. It's bigger than, like, a F450 tow truck. It really is. Like, when I drive this thing into the garage, I'm like, I'm going to hit my garage. I'm going to run the fucking mirrors into the opening.
Like when I tried to drive my truck into the garage.
There's only, like, an inch of space. There's no fucking room.
I need Matt to guide me as I yell.
The truck is way too goddamn big. There's, like, an inch on the side of the garage doors. And it's easy to be like, I got room. And like, oh, nope, that mirror didn't have room. Whoops. Watching your videos, I decided to go with the gold box. Awesome. Mike is my bro. Would it be safe to bore LS230 over? I'm not a machine shop. I don't know what to sell you. I would say don't fucking touch it and just run it as it is, because that's what I do. Me and my dad are building 300Z with a 5.3. That rhymes. Holy shit. LS9 cam. Any suggestions? What are you asking for suggestions about?
Can you stop talking like that?
I don't know. Demo kit on VSR. Decapped injectors. AEM pump that you mentioned earlier. Upgrade to turbo. Billet unit for 600 horsepower. What billet turbo? Are you getting a billet 7665 or a billet 80 millimeter? Jesus Christ. Saves. Fort Hood? What? Everyone's talking to each other now. Might be time to close this motherfucker down. Doug Bernard's doing greatness to Rafa's mom. When are you taking the truck to the drag strip? Here we go. Rip it. That's a fucking Doug Bernard's quote. When are you taking the truck to the drag strip?
Sometime.
I would like to go very soon. But the track, I don't think is ready yet.
Yeah.
I had friends go early and they just spun their balls.
Like
so I would hate to go and privy all of them to my truck because they like to kick me out before I even make a pass. So 3 weeks? 4 weeks? 5 weeks?
I don't know. Just scroll.
Anyway, soon. And within the next month or two, I want to make sure the track is worthwhile before I go.
Can you scroll?
Yeah, I would like to answer this man.
Cecil County loves you.
I'm going
No track loves
to try to reuse everything I can. Okay.
Keep going.
Thanks for doing this from Ontario, Canada. Oh, thank you. Cecil County loves you. They actually do. They do.
Keep going.
What's that guy's name?
Axe murderer?
Rich Halsey?
Oh. Oh, that's where you did the rental.
Did I just see that Jesus Christ checked in? Nelson will hire you. He might. I don't know. He kind of likes that I do weird shit. Kind of likes that I don't care and I just send it. I'm like, fuck it. Floor it.
Do you know how much I appreciate the fact that that guy sent you a mouse pad and I don't have to hear your damn mouse click?
Oh, I think everybody appreciates the sloppy mouse pad. You offend any snowflakes with the Coon Toon shirts? No. We're in the Northeast up here, and everyone is hard as fuck in the Northeast. No one is easily offended. That's my personal opinion, is that everybody in the Northeast is a miserable motherfucker.
And we almost live in the hood, so...
Ready to take a shot with you in Texas? Okay. Worth anything doing active fuel management? You need a smaller shop. What does that mean? Does that mean because the truck is so big here or something? I don't know. Tell Justin to text me. I'll sell these guys as ashtrays.
Kramer, hit up Ackerman and text him.
Ryan Ackerman. If you don't have his number, let me know. Do you like GMB? I don't like most GM cars. I think are a waste, in my opinion. The rum is getting right on top of Mott. That might be true. Yeah. This stream is proof that people don't know how to ask a question. Truth. I'm having a hard time finding a 3/4 ton truck that's 2-wheel drive, standard 500 horsepower sloppy goals. Can I swap the 80E from a 4x4 with the 2-wheel drive? I'm assuming it's a tail shaft and tail housing swap. You actually have to like pull the tail output shaft and swap it with the shorter one with the other 2-wheel drive. Yeah, there's a lot involved with that. If you're a transmission guy, it doesn't sound like much. What turbo was on the Fairmont 5 when you sold it? A forced inductions billet S476 with the 87 turbine on the T4. Alberta, Canada. Can't afford parts at our exchange rate anymore. Help me. All one word. Cheap Pro Comp 226, 238. Yeah, nice. Send it. Sounds good. Looks good. LS9 cam, good with a turbo. It is, but they're soft down low, like below 4,000 RPM. They're shit, I think. Yes, man, Trinidad. Bottom of the Caribbean. You guys should come. Land of sea and sand. I love Doug Bernard's sarcasm when people rag on his welding and motor mounts and header build. This shit's gonna blow up while ripping it. Cue the fucking atom bomb shit going off. Doug Bernard's. I got a 97 swapped 5.3 with two ECU. I'm lost in wires. Do they sell adapters? Oh my god. Popping wheelies on Rafa's fat bitch fast V6 Mustang. Doug Bernard's. Have you tried the idle air controller EFI sources selling? You must mean for like the micro squirt. They sell at the 1-wire PWM to 4-wire stock connector. I haven't tried it. I think he gave me one and I never wired it. I'm sorry, Mike. I think I still have it, but I haven't tested it. Any updates on both stages? I'd like to run my car at the track on boost only, my truck. I'd like to make a pass on boost only and then maybe spray it some more and blow it up. But I just don't want anybody yelling at me saying it's unreliable.
Are you going to cage the Colorado?
No.
Nope.
Where are we going here?
Are you going to cage the Colorado?
Where was that?
Go up a little.
Kramer's Classy
Yeah,
Custom.
keep going.
Oh my god.
Yeah, you need to get through them.
Oh no. I'm just going to stop here. Still interested in doing drag week? Mark wants to do drag week. Who the fuck reuses head gaskets? I know you watch AVE. Do you watch this old Tony? I do not. Maybe I have to look into him. They say he's watching just like Santa Claus. Shit, I'm an hour late. Do you watch SWRNC? No. Truer words have not been spoken. Going to Power and Speed podcast. I guess if they ask me, I think those guys like me. They have asked me to... I've called in twice. One time they had a guest...
Oh, the radio show?
Yeah, the guys in Jersey. Mm-hmm. We actually physically want to go... Because those guys are not far from me. They're like an hour away. And we have planned to like just go visit them in the studio. And Jamie was going to go with me. We just have to set up a time. I just have to contact those dudes. They're cool, I think.
I never said I was going with you.
Maybe Jamie won't go with me. How big of a cam can you put in a stock aluminum 5.3? Whatever... Dude, I don't know. How big of a cam do you want to put in there? Jam a fucking tree branch in there. I don't give a shit. 4.8 turbo. Very rich at idle. Changing required fuel in MS. Do I just add... Nah, just change the required fuel. Where are you located and how much you charge for tuning? $1 million. Ace, I guess the LS9 cam is a $1 billion developed cam made for boost. Weisco -22. K1. Sure. A completely stock LS1 is good for 750 horsepower on pump. What is your most memorable date night? There you go. Take over. You take it from here.
Memorable date night might have been probably in one of the Fairmonts when we would go out, grab some gas, get some food, and then he would take me for ice cream. And then we would finish the night off by doing burnouts over the highway.
Ah, yes. Every time I come home, I would do burnouts over the...
After ice cream.
Yes.
Because I have an obsession with frozen yogurt, so Matt would take me for some frozen
yeah, we would
yogurt.
get froyo in the Fairmont.
Mm-hmm. That was our thing.
How much for tuning? People are asking that quite a bit.
Don't ask. What's a great LS car that I can drive daily and play around with? Truck.
Still, my answer is still the 2500 trucks. You just buy it and you literally add a turbo. You just fucking add the turbo. 700-800 horsepower. Just add the turbo. LS1? Question mark. They must be talking amongst themselves. What transmission would you recommend for 700 wheel? Budge, $2,000. A 4L80E, totally stock. Find a two-wheel drive 80E. Listen to Chris Campbell. 80E, 8883. Yeah, it works great. Yep.
How much would you pay for a used 4L80? It's different everywhere, so you can't.
I mean, if it's fairly clean and it's from a friend, I would pay like $450. If I don't know what the fuck it is, I'll buy it for like $100. Any more than that, I won't spend it because I can get them for $100 to $400 all day.
Would you guys ever leave PA?
Thinking about it. Actively thinking about it.
No, we won't say where.
8883. I made 740 with an 8883 unlocked. Just dropping some knowledge. Another cheap Fox body car people can consider. Yes, the LTD. Yep. You're right.
Matt loves his LTDs.
Boom. Mushroom Cloud. Yes. Doug Bernard's. Kramer. You know it. My cammed LS2 is getting 6.8. Should I be worried? I'm not worried for you. Is an LS9 cam? LS6 better? Yes. The issue is LS6s have grown in popularity, and people are spending like $300 on a used LS6 cam. Who the fuck does that? People are driving up the price of the LS6 cam like some assholes drive up the price of the Fairmonts. Oh my god. We lost where I was. Anyway, what's going on with the white GMC behind you? There's a bunch of videos on this. This is Troy's. My buddy that owns the dyno. He owns Deal Paving. This is a 14 GMC Sierra, and I single turboed it, and then he took it to a friend of ours, and they twin turboed it. So currently it has twin 50-ish millimeter turbos, but it's direct injected. It's out of injector at like 360 tire.
And you're going to be doing videos.
I have been uploading videos about it. I'm doing supplemental fuel system on it, some other things.
Matt forgot to mention that in the motherboard I sent you, there was also 8 gigabytes of RAM installed. Not sure if you noticed it or not. The gentleman, MMMX38, is the guy that sent you all the computer parts that you like lost.
Oh, I for sure. Yeah, I had 16 gig in my system, so then I stacked yours in there, and now I have like 26. 25 and change usable.
Matt was so happy after that. He literally rebuilt his computer again.
Yep, I cleaned it all out. I put all your stuff in. I even put the Noctua cooler on. And then one of my buddies, I donated my 6-core AMD and GTX 950 to him and his son to mess around with.
His son wants to be a little gamer.
His son wants to build water-cooled crazy shit. And I gave it to them, and they were like mind blown that I gave them that, as much as I was mind blown that you gave me that shit. So that's awesome.
So you helped give a kid a dream.
Yep. They are messing with it right now. I'm in Freeland, PA. I build cages. I can do your truck.
No.
I appreciate it, but I don't think I'll cage it.
No, I know you won't.
Have you ever tuned HP for best MPG? Not really. Most people that come to me don't really care about doing miles per gallon.
How much timing did you use to make over 1,000 horsepower in the Colorado?
I posted this a lot, but it was approximately like high 9-degree range at peak horsepower at peak RPM with both kits enabled. Like 9.8 degrees at 22 pounds with both kits on top of it. I'm still running less than I think I should run, but I also want to make sure it survives.
Can you share some of the Fairmont 5 data logs? I don't think you have.
Why? More importantly,
what are you thinking for the next slot?
I mean, I can email them, I guess, but I don't even know if I still have them.
No. What are you thinking for the next sloppy build after the Colorado goes? We're building a Honda.
Yeah, the Civic. I would like to do the K series swap.
Do you need an ethanol sensor to run ED5?
In my opinion, it's best to use an ethanol content sensor because it can vary so much.
God Street Fighter. Yes, we can see your message. I don't understand. I got a junkyard PCM and I'm interested in seeing how it works. I see that the data is in hex form. Can I brick the PCM?
Yes, all of those. Yes.
On average, do you run more timing on E85? I've read that E85 tolerates more timing, but max torque is at lower timing settings.
That's like, that's a can of worms question. It depends if your car can use it, but it is higher octane, and in some situations, it allows for more ignition with higher ethanol content.
What do you think about turboing a GM35 V6?
Cool. Sounds good.
He puts turbos on
100%
everything.
Relationship goals.
I don't know exactly your experience with 8.1. Yes, I know the rods are weak, but hanging a big snail on mine and make choo-choo noises? Tuning differences between the LS stock ECU and 8.1.
I've never tuned an 8.1, so I can't tell you.
Have you ever used the EFI Source LS plug-and-play 3-bar? Yes.
About 40 times.
I got mine, and don't have reservations.
What, that it doesn't directly swap with the truck one, or I don't understand.
Ice cream and burnouts.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't get any better. Honestly, I can speak from experience that that's pretty much the pinnacle.
Tuning is 500. Okay. Saw your Facebook post. Thank you, Chris. I'm putting 7875 on an aluminum 5.3. Will it last as long as an iron block 5.3? All other things being equal.
With that turbo, the horsepower capability is lower, so the reliability factor will be fine.
How many tunes per boost? Okay.
He's trolling.
Matt, please remove the 4. We're not going through the ban list. Maybe one day we'll look, but it's literally too hard to. Once you get on it in YouTube, it's not the easiest thing to try to remove.
And I don't care.
And people get labeled as spam, and sometimes Matt doesn't even see
I can't
them.
even disregard them, and I can't unspam
What air
people.
filter on the no buy?
There's no air filter. You know that.
Yeah, honey.
You know. Do a burnout on Theodore Road on your way back to the track. I'll be waving as you pass. Theodore Road, is that Cecil? You live in Cecil County, don't you? Sloppy track day? Yep. I do plan on doing that this fall. What?
I was just trying to figure out my way back. I tried to see if TrickFlow made one like the 2017 video set and couldn't find it.
Yes. Apparently, I inadvertently caused a giant back order on the Sloppy Stage 2 cam, and Jegs is like 4 months out on them.
I'm glad I got my cam, because
I bought it, yeah. I can attest to what Matt says about people thinking they need more HP than they do. I went from a stock to 600 wheel, and I'm just now starting to not shit myself. Now I need more boost. Sounds like 404 man earned his band. Most likely. 98 LS1 Camaro. Should I swap the computer from a night? Yes. Repin and use a newer ECU. For sure. If you have one of those junk computers, absolutely.
Is the ECU from an 03 Express 6.0 one of the golden ones?
I don't know. I can't.
They're all different.
Dude,
it's so weird.
Dude, they vary so much. Turbo Propane. Dario. Infamous Automotive. Look him up. Has done it. He does turbo propane all the time. That guy's an animal.
Please no Honda. We don't need that negativity.
Come on. How you not like turbo Hondas? They're so rewarding.
Have you ever tried hogging out a spare intake?
No, I have no interest in porting things when I can just hammer boost into them.
EFI Source has the stock location 3-bar sensors custom made, and they told me it will read just as accurate as the remote ones.
You can remote mount the EFI source sensor also. That's what I always do.
Oh, just about a Civic. The tracks are coming around. Can't wait to see the Colorado.
Yeah. Yep, waiting for the track to warm up and the track to not suck.
Okay, this guy's annoying.
Just kick that guy. Block. Goodbye.
Oh, watch out. People are saying I'm blocking everybody.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
I think you're annoying. Are you moving to Canada? Well, you know what?
I love Canada.
We were in Victoria
and
Whistler, and they were amazing. I think Texas and British Columbia were the only places where I looked at her and I was like, we could stay here.
I loved Whistler.
We could just stay. Whistler, Canada was amazing. It really was.
It also helped that like my company paid for it.
Yeah, and Victoria was amazing too. I got the Jegs cam before yet back order. Turbo Honda for the win, of course. Will Little John Stage 2 work? Absolutely. Little John Stage 2, I think, is slightly better, in my opinion, than the Jegs. But people want to save $50 where they can. $100, that's where the Jegs comes into play.
This guy wants to know the best way to turbo a small block Chevy with a carburetor. You hate cars.
My God. Look up Fuel Injection Sucks, Justin Kramer. And there's so many blow-through setups that I don't know anything about. What's the best source for LS engines?
You go to
Come
on.
Come on. It depends on your area. She's too power hungry now. Everyone run.
When's the cart with the pimp seat coming out eventually?
Oh, it's still over there, dude. It's kind of cold still.
I like this guy. He makes me laugh. You're welcome. Oh no, the band hammer is out.
Yes.
Hey Matt, I ate some pop brownies before the show. Now I feel like I can reach in and touch your face. Can you see the raccoon? I'm in BC, Canada. It's affordable. Yeah, it's very expensive.
Yeah, dude.
And luckily for us, when we were in Canada, everything we bought was 25% off with American cards.
Yeah, interestingly enough, they were giving us discounts with American visas.
The exchange lowered
it.
So
it was the exchange.
I bought Oakley's.
American dollar was
everything.
Pounding you guys at that point. I think it still is. I'm dying of cancer and you block me.
But you're not blocked, you idiot. So what
how does this person have 10 accounts?
I don't understand.
It's the same guy. You recommend a budget converter? Literally,
Guys, hold on. Guys, can you guys say something to this guy? Because I don't understand why he's up Matt's ass. I just don't get it.
There's literally... Circle D sells a converter called the Budget 4L80E converter. That's $500. $550 shipped, I think.
Don't say anything.
Any sloppy kids planned for the future? What's the idle vacuum of the Jegs cam? Is it reasonable? Yeah, it is.
A raccoon.
It's great. What HP would you say is good for no TC? No TC? I don't know what you mean.
And Texas is awesome. We know a lot of people that live there, and they're pretty freaking awesome. The car scene's great. People are so considerate in Texas.
American dollar is pounding us right now, bad.
But Matt cannot stand the heat, so we cannot go to Texas. I would love it, but he...
What's our HP goals? Our HP goals immediately are just to run the K20 on motor and then possibly turbo it if we feel like getting that dumb. But one of our things is we may raffle off the K20 Swap Civic as is, because it'd be easier to swap or easier to raffle at a cheaper price because it doesn't have a huge turbo setup on it.
Would you ever consider dropping an LS in a Prius? No, but Matt's sister has a Prius. So if she ever blows it up, maybe.
It's incredible.
Yeah. We want to go to Australia really bad.
I would love to go to Australia, but I hate planes. I just hate being on the plane forever. It's like a flying, smelly bus that I can't leave.
Have you ever used the 4L80 controller? I'm running a big block, not an LS.
What 80E controller? There are many. I have used the US Shift, which has changed names, and you can buy the EFI source controller and use it with anything, so you can use either one of those.
How's Jamie's truck doing? We didn't put the injectors in yet.
I have them on the shelf there, and we plan to
in
put
a couple weeks.
We plan to put the uncapped.
So
we're gonna mess with this truck, and then we're gonna put Jamie's truck in here and put the decapped in and retune. Don't punch me. I'm explaining.
You've already explained this, though.
I'm explaining to the children. They have questions.
Serious question. What is your opinion on Holley's Sniper self-tuning EFI?
I've never used it. I can't give you a good opinion.
How much power gain from switching from LS6? That's just too big of an open question.
Yeah, it depends on your entire setup.
Yes. We are using Honda, I'm sure.
Probably K-tuner.
Oh, K-tuner? Oh.
K-tuner.
Oh, I always get them confused.
My buddy works with someone. He is a part of K-tuner, so we probably will use that.
I live in the...
See, it automatically knocks itself down.
Are the 5.7s thin on the ground in the States, or is it just cheaper to get 5.3s? You just love 5.3s.
It's cheaper to get 5.3s everywhere, dude. People have a boner for LS aluminum engines, and they pay more for them.
I like how Matt just pretended. No, we saw it. We're just not going to talk about our personal lives. It's weird.
Yeah, I think it's a little too personal.
Yeah. Is that the truck for the sloppy turbo guide?
No, this is not Mark's truck. We're going to do Mark's truck, but Mark is in the middle of a lot of things, including completely fixing his race car for this year. So just let him get his race car ready. We all want to see 6s before we see...
No, I'm not.
Stay the hell out of Florida. Florida's cool to visit, but I would never want to live there. There's too many crazies.
No help with my Fox body. You had one, but mine came with a 5.0 supercharged.
Anyone else watch the show in the shower?
Butthole surfers. I love Kramer. He's the man.
Oh, no, it went all the way down. Do you like the 6L80 and the 4L80? They're both great, I think. I think at a high horsepower point, the 6L80E just has too many gears. I'm over here in Cali, and the heat is brutal. Yeah, dude, I just do not like excessive heat at all.
Mom. I wonder if your mom's watching. Not your mom.
My mom does watch sloppy videos.
She loves the fan mail.
She loves the fan mail videos.
They watch it every time it
It's
comes
incredible.
out.
Everybody sends me such cool shit. It's amazing. Stay up north in Texas. It gets hot. Humidity is low. Buy a cool...
We're right here.
We still get snow and ice during the winter. Make you feel northern.
What do you think about HP tuners and getting everything to work in other cars that are not domestics?
I'm not sure. Maybe elaborate on that, and we'll reread your question.
What's your favorite old man at a car show phrase? Oh boy!
Like hopping Coke cans, like they're like the front end or whatever.
You don't like it. You don't use the FI Live.
I have never used it. I have zero experience with it. I can't say good or bad. I thought everyone watched YouTube on the toilet. I've seen a bunch of 48536 all around me going, yeah, it depends on your area. Come to Texas. I've been to Texas a few times.
I've got more computer parts if you want them. This guy's so nice.
Don't send me any more, please. I was going to upgrade and you sent me that shit and I don't need to.
Budget track only car now.
What do you mean, like drag race only? I tried to do that with F5 and I was really unfulfilled with it. Excellent sense of humor as well as knowledge. You guys kick ass, PA. Thanks, you.
Cat or dog? Cat. We have a cat. I have a cat.
Yes.
So Matt inherited a cat.
I inherited a cat.
And her name is Diesel.
And it's, I think, far better than owning a dog because you have to take care of a dog too much. For how much we're away, it would be too hard to take care. It would be unfair to have a dog, in my opinion. It's not that any other reasons.
Yeah. Have you? Do you ever change or mod the oil pumps?
No.
Have you ever had problems? I remember when you tried and it didn't go well. Didn't you try?
Ever change the oil? I change the pickup O-ring a lot. If it feels like shit, if it feels loose or worn out, I do. I put brand new pickup O-rings in. Here's the thing. I hardly ever buy a new pickup O-rings because I have a bag of O-rings and some of them just fit tighter, and that's...
This makes me laugh.
Me and Kitty are big fans. Pop-up pistons and 3/4 cam. Yeah, I'm terrible verbatim for that stuff, but those old dudes talk so much shit on new stuff. What's cool is recently a lot of older dudes ask me a lot of questions about fuel-injected stuff, and they love it, and they accept my answers. Cats taste better.
Cats are little assholes, yes.
Yes,
Diesel,
they are.
Diesel
Absolutely.
Is an asshole.
They're total jerk-offs.
She's such a bitch.
Why were you unfulfilled by the F5? Literally everything I did to the F5 bit me in the ass, and I feel like since I tried to make it mostly a track car, mostly lightweight, and mostly high horsepower, it snubbed me on all fronts. I feel like since I cared about it and since I tried, it spited me in every way possible.
Have you ever used a Powerglide 2-speed?
Never personally, no. You said you're unfilled with F5, happy with Colorado. Really like Colorado. I would say that I've learned the most with the Colorado, but my favorite car was Fairmont 3, which most people know that.
Yeah.
If you watch like the video highlight, I made a video called My Hero with the Foo Fighters song.
What?
'Cause Fairmont 3 was just like...
Perfect. Everything went well.
I did the 4.8 setup with it. It went perfect. I did the 5.3, the big turbo front-facing setup. Went 960s, sold it. Never heard about it again. It couldn't have gone any better. I'm like, I'm gonna make a cheap setup fast. And went 1070s at 136. And I'm like, I'm gonna make a little bit faster setup. And Reiner's built me a turbo kit, and I put a 5.3 in, and I belted out a 960 at 145.
A guy just showed up, took it home,
and next week a guy bought it, took it home, and I never heard about it again.
Somebody didn't make a freaking Facebook page on it.
At what point would you consider meth injection necessary? I like to tell people to not go over 14 pounds without meth, as just a safety thing.
What throttle body would you run on an LS1 intake manifold?
Totally stock.
Jamie, how do you like the Evo? I love the Evo. I took the Evo out yesterday because it was really nice out.
Like 100 miles?
Yeah, and I washed it and just actually cruised around all day by myself and visited the dyno a couple times and just enjoyed some me time with my car. I fucking love the car.
This guy says he's looking forward to seeing my truck at the strip. I am for sure looking forward to like foot braking a 950. Wow, someone's sending me money. Awesome, dude. Thank you. I didn't know I could do that before.
We have to get through.
How can I order a shirt? Shopify. We have a thing. We have to refill our stock, but we'll post it on the sloppy.
We're actually getting our ordered hand delivered on Tuesday, so it should be up by the end of the week. The guy hand delivers the shirts.
When does Fairmont 6.0 start? I can't tell you I'll never build another Fairmont, so I just don't have any plans right now. I stole your idea using the factory GM evap solenoid. Thanks. Good. I give you guys that info for you to use. Dogs are like kids.
Nick, yeah, we've said a bunch of times it's a Honda coming
next.
Nick,
any plans on a new build? Yes, the Honda.
Don't go over it again.
The Honda. Cats don't give a shit if you like them or not. Totally true. Jamie's cat doesn't like me. She tolerates me because I feed her. And that's planned. I feed the cat so she tolerates me. But
the cat only likes me.
as far as the cat is concerned, Jamie and the cat have been around much longer than the cat and I and Jamie have been around. So she is like, fuck you, that's my human.
Yeah. Mott, I'm looking to tune my own 5.3 Turbo S10 projects. Any resources on learning how to make a base map from scratch? I know the basics, but never put it into practice.
AEMV2, oh my god. I don't have any really good resources for you unless you can get a base map from someone for a Turbo LS, because I've never done a Turbo LS on AEM. Are the 6L80s better than 4L80s? That's for a super heavy vehicle on lower amount of power, multiple gears works better. But for a higher horsepower, lower weight car, less gears works better with a big converter, in my opinion.
Which question are you at?
What's the gear ratio in the sloppy 2500?
Okay.
I think it had 373s. I think. It had tall ass tires though.
If it ain't got a 327 4-volt main, you ain't got shit.
Faux boat main.
Hey, Matt. Saw Jamie post on the group. All I want to say is I have no idea what's going on. But hey, man, I'm just here because you make stuff that doesn't go fast. Go fast. Burn all tires.
It's 11 OC in Canada. What's the temp there?
Oh,
Look at it. It's
people, we gotta go through them faster. I'm trying so hard to hold the mouse and it takes it away from me.
Yeah, I told you. You were talking shit on me.
Ever used the Trailblazer i6 torque converter for a cheap...
No. People talk about it all the time. I've never done it.
How do you keep braking, trans, and drive?
Pump gas, S480, Gen 4, 6.0, straight methanol or water meth. I like to use water meth because it's less flammable. How do you keep from breaking trans and driveline parts? It's certainly not for lack of trying.
Where's Fairmont 6? Not here.
We already talked about that. Bring it out to Cecil. I will.
Hi,
I know
Derek.
Rick. I know Rick Jr.
I just want to say hi to Derek.
That Boost guy posts a lot. Derek Gaskins is obviously the fucking man. Show him the flag him with the wine rack quick.
The Shopify page is an absolute bitch to find. It will be posted in the Sloppy public group again, and then I'll have Matt post it in the YouTube videos. We haven't been actively promoting it because we wanted to see how it did.
We got to keep up the stock on it too. It's all done by us, so we don't like to tell people.
What did you decide was the problem with the aluminum motor?
I decided that I had no idea what was wrong with the aluminum motor. My buddy Matt took that motor and tried to run it in his Nova, and we had issues with that also. Oh, I vote for Fairmont wagon. People want... Some asshole drove up the prices of Fairmonts, and now wagons cost even more.
Go-karts. They're in the back in our bike bay. We have a
they're
bay.
back there.
We have a bay with just bikes.
They're back there. It's just too cold.
My cat is sitting outside my door howling like somebody is talking about him. HP for LS besides K-Tuner, what would you use on a Honda?
I like Honda K-Tuner. For Hondas, I've built 2 turbo Hondas, and I used Honda S300 drop-ins, and they were amazing. I really liked them.
What track do you go to, Cecil?
New Media is pretty cool, but I like to go to Cecil anymore. Atco used to be better, but Cecil is the best track prep in my opinion. Maple Grove has always been about event-only style stuff. If you go there on a Friday night and you're a grudge racer, Maple Grove is kind of like, fuck you.
I have a Corvette with an LS2. Is there any benefit to selling the stock bottom LS2 and using a 6.0 iron block for durability? I've seen you make crazy power on stock bottom.
I mean, that's a yes and a no statement. The motor's already in there.
This guy's calling you stud muffin.
LS2 is pretty strong. If it was like an LS6 and someone wanted $2,000 for your LS6, and you could go on Copart and buy an L33 for $850, obviously that's $1,200 so in your pocket for you to get nuts with a turbo setup. So if you're handy with a fucking engine hoist, that is beneficial to you for making slightly over $1,000 towards your turbo parts.
Right after stud muffin.
Stud muffin, point to it. Point me out.
I got the raccoon head right there. AEM.
AEM, FI, fuel. I've never used one. I've heard about them, but I have never used one.
What do you do in IT? Data centers.
Yeah, I manage data centers for a hospital.
I did the Trailblazer. Okay.
I am a data center rat.
Saw the video fixing the Nostrine. Have you tested it out yet?
No. What was that?
Saw the video of you fixing the nitrous line. Have you tested it out?
Nope. I have no interest in hurting it right now. I want to make track passes before I sauce that thing anymore.
Why do low oil pressure engine always have problems even when you go over the common issues?
I don't know. I feel like once the engine has a problem, it's always a problem.
Burn all the tires. 2 black lines matter. Hey, I have a one-legger.
I had to watch the My Hero video. Fucking sick.
If you uncap your injectors on just motor, would you see any gains, or would you
No.
like to see any sloppy stickers coming? Actually, they're in transit. I'm waiting for them to show up.
She's getting them, and we're gonna put them up for sale.
All right, I got through.
What turbo on a stock G8 GT? At least the 7875. MS3 with ethanol. Do you have to change the baseline? No. You only change the baseline ethanol content when you turn the sensor on. Here's the thing. If you tune your car on E30 and the fuel table is set up for E30 and you enable the ethanol content sensor and it sees 30%, it adds a multiplier because it sees 30%. So you have to type in the 30% base, so it sets your multiplier at 100% for 30%. Does that make any sense to you? How did you and Jamie meet? You're going to need to wait till this is published, and you're going to have to rewind because we already explained that.
Yeah.
Miller Locker, Jamie do it. Miller Locker?
We love Aussies.
Love your vids in Australia. Miller Locker, what does that mean?
Yeah, what does Miller Locker mean?
Miller Locker, Jamie.
I'm confused.
I don't know.
We're probably going to cut it short soon.
I work at a dealership. I bought a ton of cores that way. The bearings are always mint.
Buddy sitting next to me does not like turbos. What would you tell him? Okay.
Why does he not like freedom?
Did your motor mounts twist yet?
That's a sound man, Doug Bernard's.
I know some shady
My motor mounts are always twisted. All
know some-
dealerships are shady,
yeah.
in my opinion.
I don't buy cars from dealerships at
They're
all.
driven by sales, dude. They have to fucking lie to you. Anyway,
Lucas,
it's
you're
almost
jerks.
11 here. And I don't know when we started this, but I'm going to cut it off in a minute or two.
Yeah, at 11 o'clock on the dot, we'll cut it off.
You the derps?
Is there much difference in turbo bikes versus trucks as far as tuning?
What engine management are you using? Are you using something difficult or something easy? He means welding the diff. Oh, Lincoln Locker. I honestly thought he meant that Jamie should buy a locker that says Miller/Lincoln and she should store the raccoon suit in it. But that's my brain, because bald eagles. Tell him to leave your house. Come show Aussies how to build Barra straight sixes. I'd love to go to Australia for 6 months and just tinker with inline sixes. You guys are nuts. I love the RB30 and the Barras.
Thanks, guys. Have a good night. Absolutely, Kramer. I'll hit you up about lunch. I'm going to have lunch with him and his daughter.
Oh, nice. Can I data log the trans? The trans what? You can data log like any trans setting in HP tuners.
When are you guys going to beat downs on junk cars again?
Wawa. Wawa is better than Sheets. Sheets is pretty good, but in my opinion, Wawa is better.
If your friends don't like turbos, find
That's
new
correct.
friends. Yes.
Refresh LS1 Tech inbox. Now we're
funny.
jumping off soon. So
It was funny that you were explaining all of our cars to someone like yesterday, and everything has a turbo pretty much except for my Jeep.
yes, someone at the dyno the other day, we were talking about how everything has a turbo and makes a ton of power.
Ever used a wave track diff?
No, I have not.
Will different gearing in the rear end show up with different horsepower numbers?
Not on
the
my
dyno?
dyno. No, not on my dyno. Unless your gearing is like if you're dynoing a car in first gear / fourth gear, that'll make a difference because first gear is so short, you might not be able to show the full power.
What the hell is Wawa? Wawa is a gas station.
Where?
And they have really good coffee.
Yeah, look them up. They're like an all-service center. You go in there and you can get a sandwich and gas and take a dump and then buy a coffee.
And then get money out of the ATM and they don't charge you.
Is Pro Charger a waste of money? Not if it fits within your goals.
11 o'clock.
11 o'clock.
All right, well, thanks, everyone.
Wawa does need to go to the West Coast, and In-N-Out Burger needs to get out here on the fucking East Coast.
We need some In-N-Out Burger.
Anyway, that's